Extension teaching methods, meaning and definition. Introduction. Extension teaching methods are basically the educational or instructional methods. These are the teaching methods used in non-formal education. Success in bringing about desired changes in the behavior of learners depends on the teacher's skill in arranging appropriate learning situations and in using the effective methods of teaching in the situation. Thus, it involves a sequence of progressive steps in an orderly and logically regularity in order to accomplish some task or purpose. The choice of an extension teaching method generally depends on the nature and the capabilities of learners and the purpose of teaching. Meaning and definition. An extension teaching method may be defined as a sequence of progressive steps undertaken to create situations that are conducive to effective learning. The purpose of using an extension teaching method is to create opportunities to establish rapport over a subject matter between the teacher and learners, awaken interest, achieve comprehension and or skills, provide persuasion and even repetition, to motivate action on the part of the learners, in line with objectives of the communicator. According to J.P. Liggins, 1961, extension teaching methods are the device used to create situations in which communication can take place between an instructor and the learner. Role of extension teaching methods. The prime function of any extension teaching methods is to establish connectivity between teacher and learner to share ideas or chosen subject matter. Following are the specific functions of extension teaching methods. Number 1, to provide communication so that the learner may see, hear, and do the things to be learned. Number 2, to provide stimulation that causes the desired mental and physical action on the part of the learner. Number 3, to take the learner through one or more steps of the teaching learning processes, viz. Tension, interest, desire, conviction, action, and satisfaction. Classification of extension teaching methods. Extension education is mainly concerned with the dissemination of useful and practical information relating to rural life and helping the villagers in the practical application of such knowledge to rural situations. However, mere transfer of information is not mandate of extension agency. It should not give blind eye to the educational role. Therefore, for educating farmers, a variety of extension teaching methods need to be used by extension agent. Before planning the strategy of extension teaching methods, the extension workers should know the details of methods available for use in rural situations. From this point of view, extension teaching methods, which are synonymous to methods of communication, are classified and are presented as follows. A. Classification of extension teaching methods according to use. Here, methods are classified according to the number of people reached and nature of the context involved in the use of methods. Individual contact methods: farm and home visit, office call, telephone call, personal letter, result demonstration. Group contact methods: methods demonstration, leader training, conferences and discussion, meetings at result demonstration, study tours, field days. Mass contact methods: bulletin, leaflets, newspaper, circular letters, radio, television, exhibits, poster, campaign. Classification of extension teaching methods according to form: written, bulletins, leaflets, new articles, personal letters, circular letters; spoken, general and special meetings of all kinds, farm and home visits, office call, telephone calls, radio. Visual, objective, result demonstration, exhibits, poster, motion pictures, maps, charts, slides and other visual aids. Spoken and visual, method demonstrations, meetings, meeting at result demonstration, meeting involving visual aids, motion pictures, charts and other visual aids, television. Teaching aids. While using the foregoing methods, the extension workers use these methods independently or takes the help of certain audio-visual aids. The word audio-visual aids comprises three words. Voice, audio refers to sense of hearing, visual refers to sense of seeing, aid refers to instructional device. The audio-visual aids are classified in two ways. Number A, according to form. One is to divide them into the following three categories: audio, tape recorder, radio, telephone, public address system, meetings; visual, flashcards, blackboard, pictures, photographs, opaque projector, overhead projector, models, specimen, flannel graph; audiovisual, cinema projector, television, drama, puppet show, video, talking dolls. B, according to projection. Another method of classification is to divide the aids into projected and non-projected aids. Projected aids: cinema projector, slide projector, overhead projector, opaque projector. Non-projected aids: flashcards, flannel graphs, charts, photographs, pictures, blackboard, bulletin, model, poster, graphs, specimens, models. Each of the method has both advantages and limitations. The extension agent has to choose a particular method or combination of methods according to the needs of the situation. The extension worker must reach out to more people, teach them more often and keep down the cost per contact. In order to get most effective results, the extension worker should: number 1, select the appropriate methods; number 2, have a suitable combinations of the selected methods; number 3, use them in proper sequence so as to have repetition in a variety of ways. Factors influencing the selection of extension methods. Some guiding principles will be helpful in general for selection and use of various extension methods to ensure success in all situations. For doing this, a number of factors should be considered. Number 1, the audience. The audience can be categorized into two parts. They are: number A, individual differences, and number B, size of audience. Individual differences. People vary greatly in their knowledge, attitudes, skills, their position in the diffusion process and in adoption categories, their educational training, age, income level, social status, religious beliefs, etc. Some are progressively seeking change, others are slow to change. Some are I-minded while others are ear-minded. These individual and collective differences influence the teaching approach. For instance, people with little or no education and low income may respond to personal visits and result demonstrations. The better educated and more progressive sections of population usually responds well to the methods like group discussion, exhibits, and written materials. Educated people with a relatively better socio-economic level can be reached through mass contact methods, while reaching poor and illiterate farmers will require repeated exposure through individual and group contexts. A man in awareness stage cannot straight away jump to adoption stage, but can be gradually brought to the adoption stage by using suitable methods. For late adopters, conservatives, direct approach may not yield so good result as approaching through the early adopters and informal leaders. Size of audience. Size of audience is also a factor influencing the choice of extension methods. For instance, group discussion cannot be used effectively when the number of participants exceeds 30. Method demonstration can be used for relatively small audience, while lecture meetings can be used for large audiences. Individuals and crop methods are slow and cannot cover large population in a relatively short period. Hence, if the population to be covered in large and time available in relatively short, mass contact methods may be more efficient. Number 2. The teaching objective. Choice of teaching method depends on nature of change to be brought about. Do you want to bring about a change in information or knowledge, in attitude or feeling, in action or skill? If you want merely to inform or slightly influence a large number of people, you should use mass media. If you want to influence a relatively small number of people to make maximum improvements, resort to individual contact methods. If you want to change attitude or arrive at the consensus of opinion, arrange group discussion or work through village leaders. If you want to teach a skill, use method demonstration. Number 3. The subject matter. Where the new practice is simple or familiar, that is, similar to those already being followed, the news article, radio, or circular letter will be effective, whereas complex or unfamiliar practices will require face-to-face contacts, demonstration, and audiovisual aids. Number 4. The stage of development of extension organizations. In the initial stages of extension, result demonstration will be necessary to assist the farmers in important stages, prevent making mistakes, and gain confidence of farmers. If extension work is already well established and farmers have confidence in extension services, result demonstrations may not be necessary and local illustrations of adoption by village leaders will suffice. Mass media shall speed up the diffusion process. Number 5. Size of extension staff. Size of extension staff is a relative idea in relation to the size of extension clientele. The larger the number of extension workers compared to population to be served, the greater is the scope for direct or personal contact method. When number of extension workers is small, the group mass contact methods have to be used. Number 6. Availability of certain communication media. Availability of media such as newspapers, telephones, radio, etc. will be also have direct bearing of the extent to which these methods can be used. However, if the availability of any or all sources of information is limited in any area, it will be difficult to communicate with them unless the information sources available to them are utilized. Number 7. The relative cost of the method. Availability of the budget is allotted for the purpose also affects the selection of extension method. Relative cost is measured in terms of amount expended on the extension teaching in relation to the extent of practices change. It is also an important consideration in their section and use. Number 8. An extension worker's familiarity. Familiarity of extension worker with and skill in the use of several extension methods will also influence his choice and use of the methods. If he is perfect and skilled in using any type of extension methods, he can use best and suitable extension methods for effective transfer of technology. Number 9. Basic facility needed. Some methods need electricity, dark room, projection screens, projectors, etc. Hence, certain methods can only be used if facilities are available at the place and time when needed. Number 10. Nature of extension teaching method. Its teaching method is unique in itself as well as possesses some characteristic in common with several other methods. Hence, an adequate understanding about the nature of its method is necessary for its effective use. Methods that may be used to attract attention and create interest could include photographs, demonstration, news stories, hoarding, posters, radio talks, teleprograms, exhibits, circular letters, real objects, tours, media forums, extension publication, etc. Methods used to teach skills may include demonstrations, farm and home visits, training, meetings, campaign, specially prepared movies and teleprograms, etc. Methods that inspire action on the part of the farmers may include farm and home visits, farmers' call, agricultural clinics, group meetings, demonstration, farm tours, media forum, campaign, farmers' fair, etc. Using the methods in proper sequence. To answer our teaching needs, our extension plans of work must include methods that number A. enable our farmers to see, bear and do the things to be learned. Number B. enable us to reach large number of people. And number C. create confidence building situations. Our completed plans should provide not only for doing each of these three things, but must be so organized that the completed plan as a unit does all three of these things. For instance, a personal contact is met through an office call or farm visit. A leader is visited. A demonstration is established. A meeting is held to discuss the demonstration. The meeting is advertised by circular letters. A new story is written on the result of the demonstration as seen at the meeting. These happenings and the results are broadcast over the radio. Pictures are taken and slide story is shown at the meeting. One method helps another, and many of them are used in combination and sequence to repeat story. Conclusion. We can conclude that extension teaching method is to create opportunity for effective learning in order to secure changes in the minds and actions of the learners. For this, extension teaching has evolved through experience, certain basic and proven methods to encourage farm people to accept and adopt improved practices.